So have you guys ever found yourself looking for a half-inch drive set or even quarter-inch drive or 3/8 drive set that's all inclusive, that's minimalistic in size, but does a lot of stuff kind of all in one package? And I think it's worth taking a look at this Craftsman set. Obviously, it's a Stanley Black& and Decker set, um, and it's actually reminiscent of another manufacturer that's out there, and we'll dive into that. But for the most part, I needed a half-inch drive set for my use, and so I jumped on the opportunity to purchase this set online. I bought mine through Lowe's, although you could also purchase this through Amazon, and I think several other locations as well. But this is the Craftsman V Series. And for those of you who don't know what V Series is, that is Craftsman's traditionally, I want to say back in the 1950s, this is their trademark professional brand. So there's Craftsman, and then there's V Series, which is the step above. And some of you may, attribute that to maybe Snap-on of today or your Mac tools. V Series is the best that Craftsman makes. And so this set is very unique in that it is a virtually complete set, and it is a more expensive set than your traditional Craftsman. So this particular set is part number, and you're going to be able to see it real well, but I'll read it to you, CMMT45755V. And it's a 21-piece set. And here's a little brief view. You can see what's in there. We'll open it up here and take a look and see what is so nice, or what is actually possibly pretty good about this set. So first and foremost, we're jumping into the box. So the box is a plastic. It's a black and red plastic carrying case. It is plastic. It is double overmolded. So this is a rubber. It's actually not. It's not soft, but it's not too hard, which actually lends to really nice gripping characteristics. When you put it down, it holds to that surface, and it doesn't mar up easy. So that in itself is actually a nice attribute to it. It has the Craftsman logo in the front. Nothing really on the back except for some ridges. This is quite unique. The handle that you'll see here on the top is the half-inch extension, and it runs through the box. It is hinged. It does have metal pins in there. This is actually quite, I don't know if you want to say cute, but you could write your name on the side of the sticker, which I don't know too many well. The levers here for locking and locking, much like the icon we just reviewed the other day, these are metal, and it does have the plastic locking retainer that's inside there. So as you close it, and you'll see here in a second, it automatically relocks itself. So spring-loaded. These locks actually are, they're actually fairly nice, fairly rigid. And then a little branding on the front too, so you know from a glance that this is your half-inch drive millimeter set. They do also have obviously the standard set, but for me, I just need the millimeter set. And then once again, you have the sticker location on the side as well. So let's crack it open real quick and take a look at what all comes in your Craftsman V Series socket set. So as you open it up, you see all the sockets, all the extensions, and the ratchet inside. And let me see if I give you guys just a little bit better view of it. And as you close it, once, like I mentioned to you before, it'll sit until you press, and it will lock both sides. Of course, I think I disrupted something when I was playing around there. There you go. Locks just fine. Pick it up, take it, and go. Nice and sturdy. Now, looking inside, we'll take a quick look. Let's jump in at the extension first, since we talked about that. You're looking at here is obviously your half-inch extension, and it's pretty neat here on the end. Is they've created a retention device, or it's almost like it's a pilot device. As you put a socket on, and I'm sure you guys have seen other manufacturers, when you have this slide lock on the end, you usually have to place it on here, slide it, engage it, and lock. Well, the nice thing about this is this arm here, if it's in there close, you guys can see it, is tapered. And so as the socket slides on, it actually allows it to push that in and allows that detent here to release. So real nice setup. Allows it to lock on nice and good. Nice and tight. So, there's this one, and I want to say this one is about 10 inches long. Let's just double check here. You guys might not be able to see on camera, but I'll double check for you. Yeah, 10-inch long extension, which is the handle. It goes that way. And then you also have this 5-foot long extension. Same mechanism, guys, right? So as you slide on, that ball detent stays fairly loose, right? It still has a spring inside there, but as soon as this comes on, that then locks it over. Let's take a look on the camera. Locks it over so you cannot press the ball. So, slick design. I like it. And that's not going anywhere. So, and it looks like it's serviceable as well, right? You got that retention ring here that you could remove and go in there and reservice those parts, which is a nice added benefit. Looking at, I mean, both of these are the same construction, but looking at them, you have the part number right across the center here, CMMT45755V. So you could purchase these individually as needed, and it's got the Craftsman stamped in as well. The stamping is nice, it's clean. Overall, quite nice. Nice broaching. You have all the retention slots. You focus here on all 4 corners, so you always get that positive locking engagement. And this is actually a nice machined steel. It doesn't say what grade it is, but it is quite nice, robust. So I will give it a thumbs up on that for sure. Okay, so extensions. You got your traditional wobble, right, or universal joint. Looks good. This one's actually very, very firm, very tight. It takes a significant amount of effort to remove, so very nice. Again, Craftsman parts number on there. V. Once again, each of these items here are stamped with their V series logo. And then these are all, so these are pressed in. So non-serviceable, but it is at the time relatively quite tight. I think it'd be an added plus to be able to service this, but knowing the warranty that's involved, in case you guys already know, this has a lifetime warranty. So if there's ever an issue with it, take it back, return it. Then I will note that I do not know of a current location physically storefront wise where you could go in and get a V series either socket or universal joint or tool exchanged. These ones may have to be mailed if you do have issues with them. But worst case scenario, you could, if you needed to, in a pinch, get a standard model. You know, in the case of universal joint, it's probably not that big of a deal. But all in all, I mean, pretty good construction. I would say this is probably not the most strongest point of this set, but it appears to get the job done. Jumping into sockets. So let's slide this around so you guys get a better view yet again of all the sockets that are in here. This one is going to have, starting at 8, I believe 8, and these may be a little bit out of range, 11, 10, 8. So socket sizes goes from 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 21, 22, 24, 27, 30, and 32. So that's quite the spread of sizes. Now, it's not a perfect skip set, right? There's like the 9mm in there, and some of you notice that the 23 is missed. There is a separate set that's very similar. This has exact same box, same colors, all that. The difference is they do have a slightly different extension here in it. That is a little bit longer. They get rid of the universal joint, and then this turns into a sliding like T-bar handle. So I'd basically occupy over here. But that other set has 2 more sockets, and it is made by Facom, or I don't know how you guys want to pronounce it, but the sister company, and it has a slightly different wrench as well. That set Generally sells for about $50 more than what this set sells for. But you do gain those 2 extra sockets. If it's important to you, you gain those. And you do lose the wobble. You do keep a similar extension. It is not a locking extension. It is just a traditional extension, half inch. And then this turns into a sliding T-bar handle, if that's what you prefer for yours. It's roughly the exact same length. But for me, this was exactly kind of what I needed. This one too does have a nice ratchet. I think I like this ratchet more than the other one. And so let's try. Let's take a look at the ratchet. Half-inch drive, nice chrome throughout. So you got the stamped V and Craftsman up top. The lever, nice solid engagement. There's no half. I guess you could barely get half ground, but it wants to go one way or the other. So solid engagement. We'll let you guys hear. You guys can see that mirror finish. You can literally see me in the camera. Nice mirror finish. But ratcheting wise, has some nice fine teeth. This unit is 96 teeth, or as they claim on their advertisement, is 3.75 degree arc swing. That's plenty, especially for a half-inch drive. That's perfect. This is actually laser etched on this side, the part number. Yeah, that is the only location of the part number on this side. So, I would have preferred to be stamped in the side, maybe like the rest. Now, one thing that's worth noting, and we'll swing this back around. Detent, ball detent, nice positive engagement. Let's see here. Yeah, that's plenty strong enough for my needs. Detent's good. Looks like it's got a nice centering and broach on it. Yeah, all in all, looks good. I'll try to get you guys a little closer to look. The downside to this ratchet is it does not appear to be easily serviceable. I don't see any sort of snap ring back here to be able to remove, and obviously there's no access from this side. So as far as the ratchet's concerned, it is a one-time use. So if you do have issues with this, you will want to return it and have them update you or upgrade you to a newer unit. That is a fair gripe for me, because when you're talking about professional series, you bring in a snap-on of equal size, you're able to service that, right? And comparison-wise, length-wise, they're almost virtually the same length. Head size, the Craftsman's smaller. The smaller snap-on, it's probably got 48 teeth in it. A little bit more clunky. But I can service this. This one, I cannot. So I would wish that Craftsman would address that issue and make it so you can have a serviceable ratchet. Now, besides that, extra knurling on here for your hand. It's a little bit north of your hand. I don't know that you'd use that too much, but if you are using that area, good for you. You've got a spot. Handle is nice, double rubber over mold. The red is rubber. It's a slightly denser. It's pretty hard. The black is a nice cushion grip, and it does have these raised sections for additional grip for your hand. It is worth noting too, take a look at the side profile. It does have a bit of a teardrop shape or hand shape, so that as you're gripping on there, your fingers can roll up and above the top section, down and around the bottom. It is a very comfortable grip, more so than I think most comfort grips that I've used. It does have some good pliability to it, so when you're really holding on. And then this end down here, this knob essentially does a good job at retaining your hand on the end without it slipping off. So I think they've done actually a great job with the lower part of the handle. Now, if you peek inside, and it might be hard for you guys to see, you see your reflection. There is a slight gap. I would say it's probably about the depth of my pinky. So half an inch or less. The handle comes through and it stops, appears to about right here. Now, would I prefer to go all the way? Yes, but that is a small fraction amount that doesn't reach. So it's not overly crucial to the functionality of this ratchet. So Overall, I like it. I like it, all except for it's not serviceable. Um, yeah, good, good ratchet, good wrench. Now jumping in here real quick, it's actually worth noting too, as you guys are looking down here, this is that rubber, that black rubber overmolding. So this is hard plastic, and this is rubber. I like that it's on the ends. That they did a good job thinking about placement here, because if you have plastic and metal, it's going to clank against itself. When you drop it inside there, it quiets it down and it makes a softer surface, right? So it's going to be less likely to mar up your tools. Not that plastic does, but you get dirt inside there, right? This does a better job cushioning your tools. Now I want to jump into the sockets because these are definitely. I mean, looking at it, this set's made in Taiwan. All of these pieces, it's definitely has the feel of a Taiwan set. Uh, like the finish is good. It's good. It's a good solid chrome finish, but it's not as crisp as some other sets that are out there. So I'd say on the Taiwanese end of quality, I'd say it's definitely good. It looks great. I mean, they even did a good job up here with the taper, right? And I mean, everything looks clean inside there. If you look close, obviously you can see the chrome is still there, but it's hard to see in the camera here. But the chrome actually tapers off as you go down. Now, some of you may like that, some of you may not. I think there's a distinct advantage to that, especially since they came back here with the spray paint. I think the idea of the spray paint here is to attempt to obviously minimize any rust that could happen. But if you get too much chrome inside the socket here, guys, you and I both know it starts to crack, it starts to pop, it starts to peel, and it just doesn't last inside. So, is spray paint the best? No, but I mean, in this case, it does a great job at keeping it from rusting, and it keeps it from chipping, right? So your tolerances stay more accurate over time. Looking at the back, once again, each of these sockets are the same. They're each going to have the ball detent locations inside of them. Once again, good taper. The finish looks pretty good, but you guys could see it's just not super clean. That finish got a little bit of a, you almost saw it right there, a little bit of an orange peel kind of look, a little bit of a bump. But I mean, quality wise, these are going to do you guys just fine. I mean, good quality sockets. Much better than China. And you might even argue it's better than some American-made ones that are out there. But and then here you go once again, the V. Each socket's got its own stamped number, which I love because it's super easy to go back in and purchase another one either online, ideally online for this set because this is your V series. Now it's going to be worth noting too. I'm going to bring this up to you guys. Each of the locations has the number of the corresponding socket. So this uses the rubber overmolding to pinch the socket on the backside and also allows it to rest on it when it's inside there. I think that's a nice feature, right? Keeps them from rattling. It is a nice positive engagement. It's not overly excessive, the engagement, but it's nice. And then when you close it too, looking at the top, the sockets then press up against this plastic. I kind of wish they had the black overmolding that went all the way throughout and on the inside, but it is the plastic side, so not too big of a deal. Looking though, however, at the extension, they did extend, and even for the handle, they did extend the black overmolding to make sure that it touches. They did it right here as well for the top of the ratchet. Now looking down at the ratchet, it has that rubber overmolding piece, but it is actually removable. So I guess if you wanted to, you could place it inside there without it, but it isn't quite as secure. It does have some retaining notches that hold it in place as you place the ratchet inside there. So overall, the case, nice, solid, sturdy. It's not cheap feeling whatsoever. It's a solid case. It feels good. Sockets look great, function great. I've done a couple rounds on them. They seem to work perfectly fine. Sizing's great. And I mean, you have a great run of almost unskipped sockets. Now, and to be honest with you guys too, I don't know how many of you guys really like to use these lower millimeter sockets with a 1/2 inch. For me, I won't be using an 8 or 9, maybe a 10, and on the way up I might, but even a 10's a push. So good set, good setup, good quality. And this set online, I mean, right now Amazon, I think it's roughly $150 for this set, right? Locked in, good to go. Throw this in your car, throw this in your truck. It's slim profile, it's minimalistic, guys. If you want something that's going to handle all the big sockets or bolts, nuts that you got, and you need to take it on the go, you're going to be hard pressed to beat something like this. It's a great set, and for $150, I think it's a great buy. So stay tuned, guys. I'll be firing off some more videos, and here's some other videos that I've shot, actually probably right here, that you should check out. All right, we'll be talking to you guys soon.